Well, hello, this is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. I'd love it if you would like and subscribe, and you'll see more of these videos in the future. We're continuing our Coffee Chronicles. Yay! I so love these videos. They are so fun to work through, and it just provides some light-hearted, peaceful time being creative. So I love it. And today I'm going to be journaling, not using the Minte papers like I have been before. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different page. And if you check out my channel, I will also link it down below or in the eye up top. I released a video on Wednesday this week about how to make your own stencils using a glue gun and how to make your own ink sprays, in this case pigment sprays, using gelatos. So I'm going to fast forward this so you don't have to watch me do it all over again. So what I did is I laid down a plastic sheet underneath the page of my journal that I want to work on. This is just to protect the surface that I'm spraying on, as well as the other pages in the journal, from getting some color on them. Laying down my stencil that I made from the hot glue gun, and then taking this brown, I think it's the nougat color spray that I made, and then putting that in the two opposite corners of this page. Again, it's just going to act as a background. It doesn't have any specific relation to coffee or anything like that. I just wanted a fun, different, non-Minte or this specific paperback Dear Diary related, because this entire book has been like that and I wanted it a bit different. So I have some washi here from Mr. Price. I don't know if they still sell it. I will look on their website. I doubt it. I did buy it on clearance, so it might not be there anymore. It's like the same nougat kind of color tones in the little box, and I'm just laying down, instead of mounting or framing my picture, I am laying down some of this color to act as the mount or the frame for this picture. I did leave a bit of a white border on my picture when I cropped it, so it does give it that extra depth. And I'm going to be putting this over this washi. I am going to test this glue on this washi because I am not 100% convinced that it will last. This washi does have a bit of a waxy finish, so yeah, I don't know if the glue will last, but we're going to try, and I'll let you know. Okay. So I took what I cut off from the edge there, and I'm just placing it on the opposite corner, continuing that opposite corner theme that I've got in this page. And that's for two reasons: to not waste the washi, and then to, like I said, bring in that additional element in on that other page. I am going to be leaving myself quite a bit of room to journal, purely because this was such a beautiful day, and I just really enjoyed it so much that I want to write all about it. I'm grabbing a piece of scrap paper and a bunch of stamps. I want to continue that washi frame. There's another washi in here with a bunch of hearts, so I want to stamp my sentiment on a piece of white scrap paper and then put that on top of the washi to make it like a frame, continuing that whole framed or mounted theme on here. Also getting out some alpha stamps, sorry, that I'm going to be using to stamp out my mom's birthday on this page, and I quite like that totally amazing stamp, and I'm going to be making that my main sentiment on this page above the page of or picture of the coffee. So the story behind the story is, like I said, it was my mom's birthday, and she didn't want any gifts. She just wanted the family together. I think I'm at that place too. Hardly ever see the kids, so it would be a good gift to be present and not just presents. Okay, so stamping out all these sentiments, trying them out, seeing what I want directly on the page, what I want framed, what I want cut out, so that it adds some extra definition and stuff like that. I felt like I cut its cue and wasn't 100% convinced that it was exactly the way I wanted it. So I will add a border around this a bit later in the video. But for now, that should do. So I measured it against the washi, and I realized I would need about 2 rows of this washi to make this title stand out. And so that's what we did. Sticking it down, again, I will tell you how the glue worked. So back to the story. We went out to lunch in Sandton. It's not central, but it is my father's favorite restaurant. It is a place where they serve beef. Steak, a whole lot of steak with nothing much veg with it, because that's what he likes. So if you want veg, you order it extra. So this was my dad's choice. It's a place called the Butcher Grill in Nelson Mandela Square, if I remember correctly. So just stamping out a bunch of word phrases or sentences. Some are words are not enough. Some say so totally grateful. It says blessed or thankful and grateful, and little moments or favorite moments. Just a few word stamps to try and number one, fill the space, and number two, just relate how special this day was for us. Afterwards, we walked around in Sandton Square and Sandton City, and we very much like to have coffee at Krispy Kreme or Starbucks or whichever place is closest. In these big malls, they do have the Starbucks and the Krispy Kremes, which is great. I prefer the Krispy Kreme coffee. The others don't necessarily, but that is my preference over Starbucks is Krispy Kreme coffee. And so I think I had a peanut butter flavored coffee going here. I think that was the special of the day. My mother loves Cinnabon, so we bought her some Cinnabon. Along with my sister. I do love it too. It's just all kinds of sweet all over each other, so I gave it a bit of a break. You saw me stamping out with the Distress Oxides these flowers, and it just adds a bit of a floral touch or a female touch. I don't know. I think you can use flowers with males too. I just like how this specific flower in these 3 places draws your eye from one page or place to the other. Like I said, I'm still holding on to having enough space to journal. That last sentiment says, make every moment count. I need to stop saying I can hear myself, goodness gracious. So using the same colors of Distress Oxide in red and brown to stamp out Mom's birthday, Mom's with the alpha letters or alpha stamps, and then birthday with a set that I got in some or other magazine that says birthday in a script font. So like I said, we got the Cinnabon for my sister and my mom, and the Krispy Kreme coffee for me. And then we have this tradition, friends of ours have a pod machine. I think it's an espresso machine. Anyways, so I don't particularly love pod coffee just because it has a chemical taste for me somewhere along the lines, and I very much prefer my bean to cup coffee. It makes me very happy. So but we have this tradition where we don't see them extremely often, but when we do see them, we take a bag or a box of pods with us of wherever we've been since we last saw them. So this time we visited the Nespresso shop in Sandton City and picked up some vanilla pod coffee for them, which we will then take to them when we see them next. So I'm just writing out and journaling what I was just saying using that dark sepia S-nib Faber Castell Pit Artist pen. And then obviously need to date this page. It was on the 30th of June, the last day of June, a Sunday lunch. It was so lovely, and definitely a memory I will cherish forever. I am looking around. I'm not 100% happy with that top corner that is white, so I'm taking some of that same washi and then just putting 2 pieces on there just to finish the outline of this page to make sure that it kind of is cohesive and looks like an entire picture and there is no dead white space. I'm learning all these fun terms with regards to these things. I really love doing my journaling and my memory keeping in these traveler's notebook size books. It's become an addiction, definitely. And using some Nuvo crystal drops just to add a few dots in a few places. Loving those, giving some extra elements to this page. Thanks again for joining me. If you want to see more of these, watch on Saturdays, as these air on Saturdays. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.